when I got back, August, me and Meg sold it. And our first month, I think we sold $20,000 of product.
Really?
It was paying us seriously $7,000 a month.
Yeah.
Then I was like, forget this. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done trying to reach out to people. I hate hounding people.
That's why I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
My buddy was he tried for Michigan State. He was trying to get me to sell it for like 2 years, and I kept pushing it off.
Yeah.
And I finally said I'll give it a try. But
now I get 40% off. That's what I like.
Yeah.
So
what do you take?
I'm on everything. I'm
really?
on all the performance line. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the meal replacement a lot because sometimes I was having a hard time eating in the morning, but
Right.
the Catalyst is pretty good too.
The cat. I was on that for a little bit too. The meal replacement's good because I usually snack, and whenever I'm ready to snack, I just drink one of those.
I'm taking this now. It's like all natural stuff. It's pretty good.
Where do you get this stuff from?
My wife actually got it online. It's do you listen to podcasts at all or anything like that?
Not too much.
No. There's this guy called Sean Stevenson. He promotes it.
Okay. I was sponsored by Species Nutrition.
Okay.
Dave Palumbo, I don't know if you know him. He won Mr. Olympia back in the day. I was on that stuff. I don't know if any of that stuff was legal.
Really?
You know, so I got off and I started getting more on Advocare. But
Did you take anything in college or?
No.
No.
Multivitamin, that's about it.
Oh, do you see for both in the screen there? And we should be, but I'm just gonna read off like some of your stuff here.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to mention anything else? Did you want to read over this, or
No, you're fine.
You look pretty. Looks good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ready that?
Ready? Here with Jordan Lynch, and we're going to discuss some stuff as far as how he conducts his daily life and what he does from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed, and how he creates positive habits for himself. First, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. I know you got a busy schedule, and you'll be taking off pretty soon for the CFL on Friday, right?
Right.
So I just wanted to go over a quick bio of Jordan so you guys can get to know him a little bit. In 2012, Jordan broke the previous NCAA record for rushing yards in a season by a quarterback set by Denard Robinson, Michigan. He finished the season with 1,815 yards. Lynch finished 7th in the Heisman voting at the end of the 2012 and won the Vern Smith Leadership Award, which is awarded to the best player in the Mid-American Conference. In 2013, Lynch broke the record for the most rushing yards by a quarterback in one game, finishing with 316 yards and 3 touchdowns, en route to winning the Walter Camp National Player of the Week. On October 26th, against Eastern Michigan, Lynch was responsible for 6 total touchdowns, throwing 4, running for 1, and catching a touchdown, gaining 339 yards total. On November 26, 2013, in DeKalb, Illinois, Lynch broke the single-game quarterback rushing yard record, rushing for 321 yards versus Western Michigan University Broncos. On December 9, 2013, Lynch was announced as a finalist for the 2013 Heisman Trophy. He finished 3rd in the voting and was announced on December 14th of 2013. On December 17th, Lynch was selected as a first-team All-American, finished the season with 1,920 rushing yards, which broke his previous record for the season. He was then selected by Chicago Bears, who signed him to a contract as a running back shortly after the draft. He's currently, like we said before, he's currently signed with Edmonton Eskimos, and playing quarterback in the CFL, leaves Friday. This is a pretty impressive resume. I think the coolest thing on here, and I have it written here, is like everyone that I know that's met you says you're extremely approachable guy, and you get along with all their kids and everything. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, growing up, I had tons of positive role models, I guess, growing up, and Mount Greenwood's kind of just a blue collar town. Goes to work, and kind of down to earth people here. That's why I kind of like it.
Yeah. So. We actually both went to the same high school, Mount Carmel. What year did you graduate?
09.
09?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
03.
Okay.
So you would have been a freshman probably when I was a senior?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to watch us play at all?
I didn't go to any. I had a lot of friends that wrestled, but I didn't watch any wrestling meets.
No.
But 2-time state champion, right?
Yeah. Well, we won it once in football too, my senior year.
Did you play football too?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
What position?
I was running back.
Okay.
Yeah. There was me and Greg Owens.
Okay.
Yeah. Dan O'Brien was our quarterback.
Danny O'B.
Yeah. So before we get into like the questions I have for you, I want to kind of go over your experience with the Heisman. I think that'd be really cool to share with people.
Okay.
What was involved with that? Should you have won?
Right now, I should have won, but that whole process was kind of funny because they were announcing the Heisman candidates Monday on ESPN at about 6 o'clock, and I was supposed to know Sunday if I was going to make it or not. And so I didn't get a call Sunday, so I was down about the whole thing, but I get a call at 5:50 on Monday, and they announced it at 6 o'clock, and it was our director of football operations, calling me saying, you're going to be in the Heisman Trophy, this or that, and it was unreal, So I called my parents, and of course, no one picks up cell phones these days. So my mom didn't pick up, my dad didn't pick up, so they had to find out the hard way on TV.
Really?
Yeah. So it was fun. Then just getting down there, meeting some of the guys.
Where was it at that year?
It was at New York.
Okay.
Yeah. So just being in Times Square in New York, and we didn't really get a lot of time to do anything. It was all media interviews, this or that. I only spent 2 days there. And one of the days I had food poisoning, 24-hour stomach flu, so I kind of ruined my experience there. But just being in the stage, it's like a little movie theater, and it was a dream come true because I always watched it growing up. And I sat next to Barry Sanders the whole thing, so I got to know him. And just I met Doug Flutie, I met Earl Campbell, just all the previous Heisman winners, and it was just a good time to be there.
Who were the other candidates with you?
Jameis Winston was there, Johnny Manziel, Trey Mason, Andre Williams, and AJ McCarron.
Do you keep in touch with any of them still, or is it kind of?
I talk to Trey Mason every once in a while, and that's about it. Everyone's busy with their schedules.
Yeah, I'm sure. How was your stint with the Bears? Did you enjoy that, or what was your experience with that?
And once again, it was a dream come true.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate to kind of stay in the Chicagoland area through high school, college, and in the NFL. And even though it was running back, I learned a lot of good things. Being on the team meant a lot of good friends, and I feel like it's stuff that'll carry me a lifetime.
Yeah. What was the coolest experience about that? I'm sure it's a whole new game, a whole new game plan when it gets up to the...
Right. It was different for me because I was playing running back up there, so
Right.
I kind of had to hold on to my ass, a little bit. But just being around the guys, how they work, how they go about their schedule, and it's a business up there.
Right.
When it's all said and done.
Yeah. So I'm sure they have you on a really strict schedule from team meetings to practicing. And...
Right. Yeah. Everything's mapped out.
Yeah.
You have to be 15 minutes early to meetings. When you come off the field, they have protein shakes for you. It's 5-course meals. Everything you want in the NFL you can get, and you don't have a bad day when you're out there.
Right. So we're gonna get into a few questions here. The first one is the one I enjoy the most, actually, because it's the one I've gained the most experience from and listen to other people talk about this, and it's like how your typical day. I know it's gonna be different when you're obviously playing football, but if you can get into like a typical day like today, like what you did when you first got up, what you ate, what your workout routine looks like, and what you have for lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever, all that stuff, what time you go to bed, all that other good stuff. So I think that really helps with systemizing your life and creating those good habits throughout the course of the day. I'm sure you repeat a lot of the same things every day.
Absolutely.
So can you lead us through a little bit on how you structure your typical day?
Yeah, so say for today, for example, for the last month I've been coming to Southside at 6 in the morning. I go to the class. So I wake up and Avocare, actually, we were just talking about it. I take Spark right in the morning.
Okay.
It's kind of like natural energy. I'll drink that. I'm usually a big breakfast guy right before. I like to eat before I work out. But I feel like I have to wake up at 4 or something, and I'm not doing that, So I'll wake up at about 5, drink some Spark, come here, get a nice...
5 a.m. that is.
5 a.m., right. Get a nice...
Hold on a second. Just probably turn the phone off before.
Yeah.
We'll edit this. Right, I'm sorry. So you were saying you had the Spark in the morning. You wake up at 5 a.m.
Right, wake up at about 5 a.m. Have the Spark, drink the Spark. Just kind of get some natural energy in you. Hit your system quicker since nothing's in there.
Yeah.
Come here, get a nice hour workout in, go home. And usually every morning, I don't switch anything up for breakfast. It's usually egg whites. I'll have egg whites and a bagel and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Then just kind of relax and rest. Then usually I get another workout in about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll do more strength exercises over at LA Fitness. I'll lift there. Then after that, I'll have a
Are you on a plan or anything, or are you just kind of doing your own thing?
my own thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I majored in this in college, and
Okay.
I got a few master classes in it, so I kind of know what I'm doing. So I kind of stick to my own stuff. I mean, I do have help along the way if I need it. Coach Kubik over at Mount Carmel.
I think that's cool. You still go over there and they help you out.
Yeah, he does some of my speed work and this and that, or if I ever have any questions, he kind of helps me. But right after that second lift, I'll do a post-workout recovery drink.
Okay.
Kind of make that with some fresh fruit. Then let that sit for about a half hour. Then I'll eat some lunch, probably chicken breast and rice and a salad. I feel like I've been eating chicken breast and salad for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
And things don't change. Then for dinner I'll do the same thing. I'm one of those persons too that I always have to be moving. I work out 3 times a day just to go and do it. I'm not one of those people that lay in bed and just lay around all day. I always have to be moving and be active.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my typical day. For dinner it's chicken breast and salad or some kind of greens.
Whole food.
Yeah, right. It never changes.
Right. Number 2 here. What was the number one obstacle you've had to overcome? It could be sports related or life related, and how did you actually overcome it, or did you overcome it?
Yeah. I have to say my freshman year of Northern being in college. I only had one offer coming out of high school, and
Was that just Northern, or was
just Northern? Yeah. So kind of that story, I'll go into that. I was getting recruited by a guy named Jeff Phelps at Northern, and he went into Carmel one day to watch me, and he said I was too small, this or that, I'll never fit the system. So being a type of blue collar, my parents are, we're sitting at home one day, and my dad's like, hey, let's go up to Northern for this one day camp. They're having a football day camp, and I was like, they're not even looking at me. What's the sense of going up there? He's like, let's just show them that you can play there. So what do you know, is a Friday night we go up there, and that night they offered me a scholarship.
Wow.
Then the next day I committed. So that was one of the obstacles I had to overcome. But the other one was being at Northern my freshman year. I think they had 6 quarterbacks, and I was number 6 on the depth chart. They were thinking about moving me from quarterback to safety. I was getting no reps. I was holding the clipboard. I wasn't doing anything. Then out of nowhere, people start transferring. People, get hurt. I keep working, and I ended up getting playing time my redshirt freshman year. And,
yeah, that's funny. You hear stories like that all the time, where people start off at the lowest end of the depth chart or whatever it is, and then you're going for a Heisman Trophy by your senior year.
If you're patient, that's what I learned through the whole thing. If you're patient and you just kind of wait your course, good things will happen if you keep working at it.
Right. So perseverance. You push yourself for those. How long were you in college? Were you do the 5-year or 4?
5-year, yeah.
5 year.
I redshirted my freshman year.
That's awesome. What is the number one positive habit you do daily on a daily basis? We touched on it a little bit in the beginning, but is there anything that you do that you have to do daily that you think is a really positive habit?
Always, I guess working out. I always have to work out or do some kind of physical activity, and always eating healthy. I guess I don't believe in cheat days, like cheat meals or whatever. I do slack off every once in a while, but right after that I feel guilty. So I go running right after I have a cheat meal or something like that. So
yeah, we try to really push that with our clients. Is you got to do at least 21 days of really no cheating whatsoever, and then maybe every once in a while you allow yourself a cheat meal, not a cheat day.
Also, with the better in shape you are too, the more you can slack. That's the way I kind of looked at it too. But
yeah, well, so we'll have people who just started working out, who've never done anything, and they're already trying to do cheat meals. And
2 days, they'll work out for 2 days, and I feel like they're owed something.
Yeah.
I know.
What positive habit, or maybe a something like some kind of system you would like to implement in your life that you just haven't gotten around to today? For me, it would be I really want to get into meditation. I don't know if you've ever done anything like that, but I've heard.
I took a relaxation class at Northern.
Did you?
Yeah. That was just a sleep period.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Is there anything that you would really want to implement that you just haven't gotten around to yet?
My plan on opening up, I think next year, my own like quarterback camp.
Oh, cool.
Kind of around this area. There's always kids with my name being big in this area. I just want to help kids too.
Right.
So I think that would be something I want to kind of get started. Also, I think I'm going to try to do like a fundraiser. Open up my own fundraiser, own charity. Do a softball tournament or something next year.
Cool.
So there's a lot of big plans going on right now. But no, that's kind of it.
What were you thinking about having? Maybe at the park or somewhere? Or at
St. Christine Fields,
oh, nice.
somewhere around this area. Because
Yeah.
with softball's huge in this area.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone plays, and just something trying to pick out a charity and kind of do that for a whole day.
Right.
I think that would be pretty neat.
That would be cool. Yeah. My ultimate goal with the gym was just to do youth wrestling. I mean, that was it. That's what I wanted to do, and then it just branches off into different things, and then eventually comes back to what I wanted to do, which is youth wrestling, high school wrestling. So you never know. You might start off like that, and you might start doing adult training, and then it might always come back to that. So that's pretty cool. What is the number one thing you would like to share with everyone that they can apply today to simplify their life and become a happier, healthier version of them?
Eat healthy. That's kind of one of my big things. All the physical activity you do, I feel like it all starts with eating. If your diet's not right, you're not going to see the best results. And the healthier you eat and the more you work out, the better you feel about life, and the more you want to do it.
Right.
The more you want to go out and keep eating healthy and keep working out. So I feel like that's the biggest thing.
The problem we run into with a lot of people is that they don't know what healthy is. So
Absolutely.
Can you break it down even a little bit closer to what exactly healthy means to you personally?
Right. Well, what I started figuring out, the more greens you eat, the better. I try to at least eat. I don't eat vegetables in the morning or any kind of greens in the morning, but I'm always eating greens for lunch and dinner. Spinach, broccoli, asparagus. I feel like those are the three main things I always eat. But the more you can apply, I guess, more vegetables, then more you can apply fruits. I feel like that's a healthy style.
Yeah, for sure. So with those basic stuff out of the way, I mean, what are I know you're leaving for the CFL on Friday. What time on Friday?
Yes, the flight's at 9. So
9. What are your expectations? I mean, what are you looking to do from this?
When I go up to Canada, I plan on going up there and winning the job.
Yeah.
I have to. It's a different game. There's different rules, but at the end of the day, I want to compete. I want to help the team. So.
How have you adjusted with the rules and stuff? I mean,
it fits my. The rules kind of fit my game well. The field's wider. The end zones are 20 yards. It kind of suits a running quarterback. There's only 3 downs, so I mean, you're really never handing the ball off. It's a quarterback-driven league.
Right.
So.
Well, man, I really appreciate you taking the time. I think a lot of people probably learned from your experiences and stuff. And thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it.
That's it.
Yep.
Good job, man. Thanks.
Anytime. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Did you do the 6 a.m. this morning?
Yeah, I think, is that your wife that comes?
She came today. Yeah.
No, I liked it. It was tough.